Hey everyone, I'm Jay, and welcome to True Crime and Conspiracy Zone. I hope you're having a good morning, day, evening, or night, depending on what time it is wherever you are. In this video, we're going to get into false confessions and how do they happen. You're probably thinking at this point, you would never give a false confession and that would not happen to you. But the person who gave the false confession thought the same thing until they ended up in the hot seat. So don't be caught in an interrogation room without an attorney. We're going to take a look at the Reid interrogation technique that law enforcement officers are trained in. It definitely works, but it can also get a confession out of both the innocent and the guilty. In order to have a successful interrogation, the interrogator wants to get a suspect isolated in an interrogation room. I want you to think about interrogation rooms that you have seen on the first 48 hours, maybe here on YouTube, or maybe on a crime show on TV. They are small, they have bare walls, maybe 2 or 3 chairs, and a desk. But make no mistake, they are designed to maximize the suspect's discomfort. Once they are isolated, there are 9 more steps of this technique. Once an interrogator has a suspect in an interrogation room, there are 9 more steps of this technique. The first one starts with confronting the suspect, and the last one is a confession. But the problem is, it can get a confession from both the innocent and the guilty. We're going to go over these 9 steps, and I'm going to show you how you can end up giving a false confession. Step 1. The interrogator confronts the suspect with a statement that it is known that he or she committed the crime, and they have evidence that point right to the suspect. Number 2. The interrogator develops themes that psychologically justify or excuse the crime. The interrogator creates a story on why the suspect committed the crime. Keep in mind, the interrogator is trained to pick up on more than just the words that are coming out of your mouth. They are trained in communication, human behavior, and legal procedure. They are always one step ahead of you. Number 3, stopping the suspect from denial or interrupts all efforts of denial and defense. If the suspect denies guilt, they are increasing their confidence. The interrogator does not want to have the suspect having confidence. While they are stopping your denial, it helps quiet the suspect and they don't have a chance to ask for an attorney. Number 4, overcome objectives of the suspect, including factual, moral, and emotional objectives. This is the step when they turn your words around on you. Don't fall for it. You are 4 steps in. You should have an attorney at your side. Number 5, getting the suspect's attention. At this point, the suspect is most likely feeling frustrated and unsure of themselves. At this point, the interrogator is going to possibly act like they are your ally. At this point, they may touch you on the shoulder or pat you on the back as if they're on your side. You already know they're not. Their job is to get a confession. Remember that. Number 6, suspect loses resolve. The interrogator is going to show sympathy and understanding and urge that the suspect cooperate. They may tell you something along the lines of, "So this was just a one-time thing?" Number 7, alternatives. At this point, they will offer you 2 different types of motive. One would be socially acceptable, like a crime of passion, and one is more morally disgusting, as in you just killed him for the money. Number 8, bring the suspect into conversation. At this point, they get the suspect talking. about how the crime happened. And finally, the confession, disclosing all the key facts of the crime and converting that into a statement, written or oral. Keep in mind, this will become evidence at the trial. This whole process is to destroy the suspect's confidence. It makes the suspect think that he is powerless. And at that time, people confess just to end the grueling interrogation. Once they are powerless and hopeless, they can be persuaded that confessing outweighs the cost of continued resistance and denial. The suspect will often be told things such as, "The truth will set you free," "God will forgive you." Next, they'll tell you that the system will have some kind of lenience on you because you are remorseful. Next, you will be asked if it was premeditated or legally justifiable. If you say you don't have any memory of the crime happening, they will say you were blacked out from alcohol or you must have been high on drugs. These ideas build upon each other inside the suspect's mind, and people crack and say they did the crime. Keep in mind, it is legal for the police to lie to you. They can lie about the evidence on you. They can lie about your polygraph results. Hey guys, I'm back. Like I said before, anyone can give a false confession, but some of us are more vulnerable than others. Juveniles are the most vulnerable. They do not have the life experiences as adults. They cannot handle the stress of an interrogation, and they are more likely to be compliant just because an adult is asking questions. The second group of people is mentally handicapped adults. They have a lower IQ, they can be persuaded easier, and they may just say they're guilty because they think that's what they're supposed to do. So keep in mind, anyone can give a false confession. Let me know down in the comments, has this changed your mind any? Do you think you would ever give a false confession? The best question is, would you ever end up in an interrogation room without an attorney? Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day and see you soon.